over the top of the goal and out of play. So Byfield will bring it back for the Mystics. Wilcox.
That bionic arm.
Wow, just like that, the Mystics are down court, and just like that, the lead is 12.
She winds up that arm and shoots it down the court.
Coffin's calf was up to it. Latu was up to that pass from Tutayer.
Having lost the services of Sonia McCloma, the Tactix really do struggle against a tall holding shooter. And all of the games where there's, Althea Byfield hunting.
Halpenny stops the rot, but the Tactix need to be careful here. The score could really blow out as the Mystics start to outplay them. Henry, though, throws it away straight into the arms of Hutton.
And I'm pleased to say that's her first for the game, because last week against the Vixens, she threw about 4 of those in the first quarter. So, good to see.
A little bit of a rush of blood, perhaps.
When you're in goal line.
Known for the rush of blood to the head, Jolene Henry.
Oh, Byfield and Halpenny come together. Byfield will stay down, and they've called time. I think umpires have called time. Byfield slowly gets up. You're never quite sure what's wrong with her.
Take another look. Oh, Ellen Halpenny just losing her footing and falling on top of her. It's always going to be quite dramatic with Althea Byfield involved.
So she's getting a bit of attention to the knee. Could be an opportunity for the Mystics to change things up in that defensive end.
I don't think they'll want to, Ricky, just because she has been quite effective in this game, and they aren't out of the woods yet.
I would say the chances are pretty high of Byfield being okay if her track record's anything to go by. As we see the bench looking on, Grace Rasmussen looks happy.
Yes, Sulu Tony Fitzpatrick not on the bench, so you could say that the Cuthbert's College schoolgirl might be warming up in the hope that she gets her first ANZ appearance.
In the hope that maybe an ex-coach sees her first appearance as well. Chelsea Pittman knows all about sore knees. She went down in the first quarter in a lot of agony. Looks to be a little bit more comfortable, but it could be a serious injury for the young Australian. Tactix wouldn't have wanted to lose her services at this stage of the season. Byfield's fine.
As we see Anna Thompson get us underway. Marissa Wilcox almost getting her hands to the ball.
Long shot from Halpenny, doesn't go down, and Byfield almost hauls in the rebound.
Enough pressure from Ellen Halpenny to get that ball back for the Tactix.
Nice feed from Bowden into Thompson. Henry, you can hear, not happy with herself. Just gesticulating to herself as well.
Good positioning from Maria Tutayer. Oh, Charlotte Kite, that girl will never give up.
Well, Latu pulls in another offensive rebound. Yeah, Kite is so tenacious, even when her team's down by 10.
She knows that it's just a couple of breaks and they're back into the game. And if she can get those breaks, all the better.
Latu with just the one miss, 27 from 28.
Marie Bowden being forced to go back to the transverse line. Oh, lovely pass from Thompson.
Leaves Henry frustrated again, and Thompson's worked hard throughout, as we've said. The shooting stats have certainly improved for the Tactix this week. They just haven't had the same amount of ball to play with.
Catherine Latu and Maria Tutayer mixing it up. It didn't work.
George threw it away. So what can the Tactix do here? Can they narrow this 10-goal margin? Give themselves a chance with 10 minutes to play in this match.
Great work from Halpenny. She worked the base and then came around the front.
Tutaye thought she'd got away with one there as she reached over the top of Kite, but she's called back out of play.
Nice, simple stuff from the Tactix.
Contact, advantage offside.
Coffin rolls it round to Tutaye, and Tutaye defers to Latu, who's right under the post, and she won't miss that.
Splitting the Tactix defenders quite nicely in the circle.
A lot of defensive pressure from the Mystics, but there's Halpenny and Thompson. Nice work.
Good drive from Thompson to the post.
Injury, goal defence, blood. It's not umpire's time, it's an injury. It's a rule.
Oh, we've got a timeout. Charlotte Kite's got some blood somewhere.
Yes, and there's a bit of an argument between her and Faye Meiklejohn. If the player points out that they've got blood, then it's an injury time. If the umpire stops the game, then it's umpire's time. These quirky rules of netball. So they've only got 2 minutes, whereas if it was umpire's time, they would have had an endless amount of time, basically, to get this blood dealt with.
So Charlotte Kite probably would have been best to keep quiet on that occasion.
Yep, that's what you do. You wait for them to notice. Or your opposition to point out that, hey, she's bleeding on me.
So the Tactix have got a pretty tough road to hoe, although that bye, I think, might do them well. They get past the steal and then have a bit of a breather and a regroup.
Particularly in light of the injury to Chelsea Pittman, it'll give them either time for her to recover or time for them to bring somebody else into that position. Marie Bowden raring on her team.
Still trying to G up her girls. She always keeps a relatively sunny disposition, Marie Bowden, and with a young side, I think it's important for a senior player to do so, not to get too down on them as they try and claw back this 8-goal margin.
Advantage contact.
There's Tutaye. Great work from the goal attack.
Jenny May Coffin and Temepara George combining well on the outside of the circle. Shooting percentages reasonably even, 89% for the Mystics and the Tactix on 82. It's just a case of the Mystics having put up more shots.
So it's Coffin and Finch who hit the deck, and a couple of players who've been around a little bit longer.
Jenny May showing her age. Yeah.
So they're just going to give them a little more time to regroup. They have a bit of a joke, the two veteran players.